You're listening to Free Zone Radio.
Most families send their kids off to school, wave goodbye, wait until the end of the day to hear how the story went. But some are lucky enough to spend the school day together. This is With Honors, Season 2. For nearly 2 decades, Ms. Benningfield, or as most of us know her, Miss B, has been a constant presence in our school, teaching exceptional learners since 2006. And for her granddaughter, Sadie, that has meant something even more unusual. Going to school every day where your grandma works. It's not rare for families to overlap at a school, but it is special because it means you're there together for the pep rallies and the test days, for the ball games and the ceremonies, for the lockdowns and the fire drills, for the long weeks when school seems like it'll never end, and for the summer breaks, the fall breaks, the snow days. You're here from freshman orientation to graduation night. You don't just hear about the school day later at dinner, you get to live it side by side. And this week is Miss B's last week with us. She's preparing to leave for a new school. Sadie and Her BB sat down to talk about what that shared experience has meant to them and why it really matters so deeply.
Hi, I'm Sadie, and I'm a cheerleader here at White County High School. And I think it's important to have your family around because, I don't live with BB, but, I get to see her at school all the time. And I think that's special because even when you're not at home with them, we get to bond at school and we have, shared stories and experiences just from funny things that happen at school, crazy days that we have. And I think it's fun to be able to talk about that with her.
My name is Nancy Benningfield. I'm a teacher here at White County High School, also known to Sadie as BB. The fun fact about that is that she gave me my grandmother name. Just coming to the house one day, she was coming to Cupcake Mountain, is what she called her house, and said BB. She was about 2 years old, I guess. So we have been BB. I have been BB all these years. Last year, Sadie's first year here, I was a tennis coach, and I say that very lightly because I don't even play tennis, but I was known as a snack fairy. I just made sure they had gummies and snacks and all the things that they needed, and that was a really fun year to get to travel with her and to the tennis matches and help out.
This is a cool episode this week. I'm so excited this year because so many of our students in this class have family in the building with them. And that's a unique experience for people who get to be a teacher, is to have your own kid or your own family members or your own cousins in the building with you. So often we send our kids to school, and how much do you actually get to interact with them during a school day? But when you're a teacher, you get to be right there with them from dawn to dusk, at home, in the building, everywhere. And it was a unique experience for me to get to bring my daughter to White County High School. And I thought, what a great opportunity for us to get to interview people who have family here in the building. So, Ms. Benningfield, you've always, I know I've been here since fall of 2007. How long have you been here?
I started August 2006.
So just before I did.
Yes.
How about that?
Yeah.
If you had to think about your experience as a teacher here at the high school, what has been most important to you?
Well, I teach special ed in a self-contained class, and just making sure that my students are treated fairly and included and are part of the school climate, where they know people, and that's just always been my push while I've been here.
Yeah. And this week's important because it's your last week with us here at the White County High School. And in fact, today is your last day with us here at White County High School.
It is, yeah.
Tell us about your transition to a new job.
I'm going to Hendersonville High School in Sumner County. My daughter and her husband and 2 daughters live there, 10 and 7, and they've been in the military for 8 or 9 years and traveled around, so I've not got to spend much time with them. So in my mind, I can't get the time back. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to be 70 and look back and say, well, what if? Yeah. So I want to be more available to them while they're young enough to appreciate their BB.
Yeah.
So when Sadie was a baby, I used to call her Sadie Bear. And sometimes I'll just say, "Hey, Bear, come here." She answers right to it. And Emmy is Birdie, because Emmy would eat like a bird. She would just eat little pieces of fruit, and she would just pick them up in her little hand and just little pieces and eat them. So I got a bear and a birdie. So, yeah, I forgot all about that. Anyway.
She was also born with like hair like little bird feathers.
Oh, well, I didn't notice that. That's not why I called her Birdie. Yeah.
Mama did. She talks about it a lot.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so, yeah, there you go. My little bear.
I love that. And what a good experience. You've had time here with Sadie in your school, and now you're going to have time with the others as well. Sadie, what do you want to talk about today?
Mainly, a lot of our experiences and a lot of our inside jokes and like a lot of things that we bond over have happened at tennis, because that's where we've spent the most time together. Every practice, every match, she's there. And so it's really fun to like share all of those inside jokes that we have, and I can guarantee they're all playing through her mind right now as I'm looking at her. Yeah, I can think of a few that she like instigated and that really got me and my doubles partner through a lot of our matches. And that was really like special to get to like use some of the things that she's like told us, and like even if it's not super like technical or inspirational or whatever, even if it's just funny, it gets our mind off of our mistakes and like gets us moving, gets us back on track.
Can you give an example of one?
I'm worried it's not appropriate to say on a podcast.
He can always edit it out.
Okay.
I'm your grandma. Go ahead and say it.
We were doing rough. We were down, and our head coach was busy, and she came over there, and she was like, "Just lock in." And we were like, "Well, thanks. That does a lot for us." And she was like, "Do I need to get you some marijuana gummies? Will that help?" And so we just started calling it. We called them MG, and we wouldn't tell anybody what it meant. We were the only ones that knew what it meant, except for Miss B and whatever. But yeah, and so Miss B would bring us gummies. I don't know why I'm calling you Miss B.
I don't either.
BB would bring us gummies and
Fruit gummies.
yes,
Yeah.
fruit gummies, not marijuana gummies.
Yeah.
I repeat, she did not give us marijuana gummies.
No, I did not.
But all we had to do was say MG, and she knew what to get. And she would bring us gummies, and that was like our mid-match ritual, and that actually really did get us through a lot of matches. And so that was just really funny and special, and I'm glad that she got to be a part of that.
I love that.
Well, and yeah, of course, I know nothing about tennis. I know more than I did, and I've been learning. But I would have to ask them, what just happened? What'd they do? How'd they lose that point? What's going on? So I would just go up to the fence because I could, and I would have the gummies in my hand. I'd say, "Hey, girls, look, here's some gummies. Eat these gummies and get out there and just get out of your head." I didn't have any advice because I don't know what to do. So, but it was fun.
I love that.
Back to what you just said about like the just get out of your head. Like some of those, like sometimes when Topher starts giving us technical things to do, I feel like it gets me more in my head sometimes, and I'm like I'm doing this so wrong. And she'll come over there and she'll be like, "Just get out of your head, like you're doing fine, whatever." And she'll give us a pack of gummies, and we get back out there, and the next game or the next set or whatever is like our best set. And so sometimes it's not the special technical strategy stuff. Sometimes it's just the like you're doing fine. Like there's no reason to be in your head about anything. So
yeah, I would always remind her, you're in the 9th grade, and you are playing a senior, and you're doing great. So don't worry about this. You're doing great. And she had a really good season as a freshman. So
Was it better, worse, like more joyful, calming, or intimidating or whatever, coming to high school knowing you had family here?
it made me feel better because sometimes I feel like I'm not as in the loop as I want to be about like where I'm supposed to go, especially freshman year. I have no clue what's going on. And so it's nice having somebody on the inside to let me know what the heck is happening.
Mm-hmm. What was your experience thinking, my granddaughter's coming up here?
I was very excited. I've looked forward to it for a long time. And last year she was parent drop-off, pickup, so I could see her sometimes twice a day. She would bring her tennis gear, cheerleading gear, whatever, into my room, and then she would hang out with me and some of my students and got to know them a little bit. So it was fun to see her every day. Now, the first few weeks, and still even today, I can be out in the hallway walking down the hall, and she's like looking at me like weird and saying, BB, and I don't even see her. I'm looking like they all look alike. I'm just trying to get to my room. I'm not going to look at anything, but she has to come to me. Don't you see? Yes, I see you. You know, I forget. So anyway, there's a lot of kids here. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And even if they're not in your classroom, they're all our kids.
They are.
And you're just surrounded by 900 of them all at one time. So, yeah. Do you have a favorite memory of the past year and a half of having her here?
There's a lot of memories.
We've got your tennis gummies.
The tennis gummies. That's a good one. I think some of the funniest ones have been like sometimes she'll stop. Like I had Miss Katie Roberts for my very first class ever in high school. Like that was my first class. It was a great first class to have. But BB would walk past my room when she was like helping her kids off the bus. And so I don't know if sometimes she just didn't realize I was in there, and she would stop and talk to Miss Roberts and blah, 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 and I'm just looking at her. And I just sit there and stare at her. And I'm like waving my arms, and everyone, all my classmates are like, what the heck are you doing? And I'm like, that's my grandma. Like, and I'm like waving my hands. And sometimes she walks away and she never sees me. And that afternoon, I'm like, I was waving at you today. And she was like, no, you weren't. I'm like, yes, I was. You were not looking at me. And sometimes she'll look at me and wave, but it's just really funny because sometimes she's oblivious to
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. I hate to
everything
admit it.
around her,
Yeah.
but it's okay. It's funny.
Do you have another favorite memory of her in the past year and a half of being here?
Well, maybe it was the first day she was here. I ran into her in the hallway, and she had to flag me down. And I just grabbed her and hugged her. So, hey, I'm your grandma. I'm going to do this. Sorry if you don't like it, but hey, I'm going to do it anyway.
That's right.
So,
That's our privilege
that's
with
right.
these kids. That's right.
Yeah.
I kind of want to talk about the difference between me and Emmy at school because, like, I think whenever you were, like, hugging on Emmy or whatever and, like, embarrassing her in her classes, like, hey, that's my granddaughter, she would, like, come home and she'd be like, BB embarrassed me in my class today. And she'd be like, and she would laugh about it. She's not, like, mad about it or whatever. But I think it's just funny because Emmy's, like, very... I don't know. She, like, does not like to be the center of attention around a bunch of other people. At home, she likes to be the center of attention. She's going to be so mad if this makes it on the episode. But, like, at school, like, she just wants to, like, get where she's going. Like, she's not really worried about seeing other people. But I think it's funny that, like, whenever you're, like, trying to talk to her and stuff, she's like, don't embarrass me.
She's
I
pretty
think that's
solemn,
funny.
Yeah. So I busted in. Miss Hawkins and I busted up in the PE class, Miss Roberts' class, first block, like the first week. Miss Hawkins says, hey, they're in first block. Let's go see them. So we went down there, and we're just looking in the window at them, and Emmy's face is getting red. Well, Miss Roberts opened the door, and I just went right in. I went over to Claire and Emmy. I just hugged them and was talking to them, and all the girls were looking. I was like, I'm her grandma. My name is BB. And, I mean, Emmy was just like, she was smiling, but she was red in the face. I don't think Sadie would have done that. But anyway, yeah, Emmy she's not a hugger, but BB is, so I hugged her anyway. So it was pretty good.
I mean, even I get the side hug. Like, Mama gets the side hug.
Yep.
I get the side hug.
Yeah.
Everybody gets the side hug from
Yeah.
Emmy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's funny when I get to embarrass her in the hallways, too, because
Oh,
now when I
good.
see her, I'll, like, lovingly, not aggressively, I'll, like, push her or, like, kick her in the back of the leg if I'm behind her in the hallway. Sometimes she gets mad at me, but it's okay. But I think it's funny that we all get to be here and embarrass each other together.
I've never thought of that. Maybe I should come up behind her. I just don't get out in the hallway between classes, but I'm going to start doing that. No, not today.
You've got a
Not
few
anymore.
hours left.
I
You've got a few hours left. Go get her.
I'm going to have to find her. I need to find her in lunch today and just go and just sit in there with her and love on her and kiss her and hug her, all the things that a grandma would do. Hey, I'm going to do that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Let me know how that goes.
Okay. I'll do you the same way.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah. Well, now Sadie has done some Special Olympics with me, with our kids. She did a flag football, and she don't know anything about flag football, and I don't either, really.
Absolutely nothing.
But she did some skills events for the younger kids, and the first year she did it, her and Sarah Kate and
Connor Shannon.
Connor Shannon. And I had a lady from Livingston come up to me and said, well, who are those kids right there? And I thought, oh, gosh, what'd they do? And it was Sadie. I was like, I'm sure she didn't do anything. She's perfect. And she said, that's the best group of kids. They were so good, high-fiving ours, and they were just such good sports and just loving on our kids. And that just made me really proud that that she did this. So she did the same event this year with the skills kids, and it's not an easy job to wrangle all those kids, and hot and sweaty and all the things, but they just kept on doing it, and they did a great job.
What a good thing that we get to do. Is it once a year? How often do we get to do that?
We host the flag football here most every year. I have for when I was the director. We did it for 15 years, I guess. But yeah, it's.
And we do. Do y'all do a bocce ball thing as well?
Yeah, we used to do bocce here. When I was a director, we did bocce in the field house, and we would have a lot of kids out there. But I don't host that one anymore. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I know every year, I'll have students come through who say that they're going to assist with it, and they get their prior approvals to go with it. And what a great opportunity to integrate all of students from different levels to help out and support, all of these kids. It's just a really great thing. Are we going to continue doing that?
Yes.
We still will?
Oh, yeah. Miss Jenny Sullivan has taken over that part, and she knows a lot of kids here because her daughter goes here.
Okay.
Did you know?
I didn't know
All
that.
right. Michaela Sullivan and Jenny Sullivan. Yep.
Well, perfect.
Yep. And then my other assistant, Whitney, her son is here, Carter Shockley.
Okay.
We actually do have a few people here that have another daughter or son. So
Yeah. It's really fun to get to participate in that stuff and kind of see what you do every day and what you have to deal with and the fun things you get to do and the awesome people that you get to interact with every day. And it's really fun to get to see all of that you get to do.
I think as a peer in that, it gives you a whole different perspective on life and just how much joy special needs kids can bring to you. And they're always smiling, the peers and me. And it changes your life. It does make you think about things differently when you work with them. I think you did bowling last year, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was a ribbon rider. Oh, mercy.
My gosh.
That's a fast job, man. You'd have to ride them fast, but she does a great job with it. So,
what does ribbon rider have to do?
Ribbon rider. Well, we have ribbons after you win, and you have the score sheet, and then they have to write down who won first, second, third.
Oh, yeah,
and then they give them back to the people on the lane. So that it's really hectic after it gets going.
Did a lot of math that day.
Yeah. They have to add the scores too. I forgot about that. Yeah. So she's done a few things like that with me. We haven't got Emmy in it yet, but maybe we will. She's still a little bit shy to be stepping out there. But they were both peer mentors at middle school in Miss Jackson's room.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, the first pep rally that she did, I was almost in tears over it, just so excited. And I was down taking videos and pictures and sending it to all our family. Oh, here she is.
Oh, she was all up in my business.
I was.
I think I was in the back row still. And she still found a way to she was on the front, sitting at the front of the bleachers. She was all the way zoomed in with her phone camera. And she sent me those pictures and videos. And when I got home, I was like, oh, my gosh. Is that what I looked like during the pep rally?
But, when you do that, they can't do anything about it.
That's right.
They are powerless against their grandmother. So, yeah, I got to take advantage of those. Yeah. And then the same thing with Emmy, her first pep rally. I mean, I was just really in tears that day because both of them were out there. So, anyway, it's a really neat feeling and sad at the same time because they're this old and I can't believe it.
Right.
Yeah.
My daughter cheers with you, and I have had zero experience with cheer in my family. My family, they play baseball, football, whatever, and Jane was the first one to come along to do cheer, and I just had zero experience. Jazz hands, I don't know. What do I do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But you all have to do the summer cheer camps, right?
Yes.
And a couple of years ago was your first summer cheer camp.
Yes.
Because you were there.
I went. I sure did.
You were nearby me. And so that was a new experience of getting to see you all doing that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm right there with you, getting to watch your kid, your family member out there cheering at a White County pep rally. I can remember bringing my daughter here for a preview day of, hey, you should come to White County High School. And it happened to be a day that we were doing a pep rally. And I've still got video of her watching Kate Frazier and the others out there cheering. And then I go to her, and it's just this could be you. This could be you. And now here she is.
Yeah.
So it is a generational thing that's, I don't know, special to me, special to you, all of us.
Well, my first year here, my daughter Leah, the one that lives in Hendersonville,
Yep.
It was her first year and my first year. And I don't know that she liked it that much because she was caught getting late to class, Miss Hendricks' class, in the mornings. So one morning I just met her at Miss Hendricks' door. And she come bebopping in about 8:05, and I was like, hello, you're late. And she was not late again. I said, you can just ride with me if you're going to be late. But anyway, I would go in the cafeteria, and she would be like, Mom, why do you always look so mad? I'm not mad. I'm focused on where I'm going. And I don't want to come up and embarrass you or something. But so this is my second go-around with a family member here. So,
Yeah.
And she was also a cheerleader. Mm-hmm. Leah was. So
That's right.
Yeah, that's been a hot minute. Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter was tardy the other day, and now we get these alerts from whatever it is. Oh, that she was, so many minutes tardy. That has to be, I don't know, aggravating for the kid to be like, not only do they know about it, but they're in the building with me, and I'm going to hear about it all day now. But yeah, but that's another one of our privileges of getting to be with them.
Yeah.
One of my last questions is thinking about next week and next year, like how's things going to be different and what do you hope moving ahead? She's going to a new school. Mm-hmm. What are you hoping for her as she goes to her new school, new job?
Well, I hope she has as good of a class as she has this year because, all the kids are so amazing. They're so funny and they're always smiling. And so I hope that experience there is just as good as it is here. But also I hope you get, good peers because, I don't know the people in Hendersonville, but I know the people here, and the people here are great. And they have, loving hearts towards everyone. And I really hope that that's a similar experience in Hendersonville. Yeah, and I hope that you're not cramped in the one-bedroom apartment.
700 square feet of living space. Yeah, I can have 2 people at a time. We got to go in shifts. It's really small, but it'll be okay for a while. Yeah,
you'll get used to it. It'll be okay.
What do you hope she thinks about or experiences going forward starting next week? Because she's still got a couple more years of high school here.
She does, I know. Well, I'm going to miss them and miss being here because you just feel connected because they're here and I'm here, and you just feel like I'm a protective old mother hen anyway. But, they're very independent, and they just go on and do what they need to do. And, they'll be fine. They do not depend on me at all for anything. Now, if there was an emergency and I would be right there. And, I kind of think if I have to miss that would be sad, but not that it's an emergency, but if you needed me, that'll be sad. But they have so many other people in this building that know them and they go to church with, and they're like other mothers to them, so they're going to be fine. They'll be fine.
And you'll still be back for graduation.
Oh,
You'll
yeah.
still be back for
all the things. I'll be back for all the things. I'm sure I'll be here for the princess party.
Oh, yes.
Last year
Lord.
I came as the evil queen, and I had the costume and everything, and people didn't even know who I was. They didn't know who I was.
And which princess were you?
I didn't get to be a princess last year, but I will this year.
Yes. Do you know who you're going to be yet?
I do, but I'm not saying.
Ooh, I can't wait to find out. That's cool.
Well,
All right.
I'll bring you a poison apple. Don't worry. I was giving them out last year.
Don't worry.
Yeah, that was fun.
Ms. B, thank you for everything that you do for us, for all of these kids in your classroom and your kids and in our classrooms as well. And I'm jealous that Hendersonville gets you. I'm jealous that they get you. You just do so much for us, and you're an absolute icon and legend here. So thank you.
That's a lot to live up to, Sadie. You and Emmy got a lot to live up to.
I got a lot of work to do.
Thank you so much. I've loved my time here, but I don't want to be 70 and have regrets. And what if I hadn't done this or done that? So I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to expand my mind, and a big learning curve starting next Wednesday. So.
And this is another good lesson for all of y'all young ones out there, is that you do not just have one career and that's it for the next however many years, that your life could change. And when opportunities open up, why not take them? Why not?
Don't be afraid. I'm scared to death. I really am. But I just think, this is going to be good. It's just going to be different. So I'm excited. And my teaching crew they're short a teacher, and they're very excited I'm coming with the 20 years experience that I have, and they're very excited that I'm going to be there. So,
well, we miss you already, but thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
With Honors is a Free Zone radio production, produced here in Sparta, Tennessee. This episode was edited by Wyatt Blaylock. You can find more of our shows here on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to great content. Check out our new show, Second Stage, premiering this season, as well as our brother podcast, A Dead Man's Books and Haston Curation. Hey, man.
Hey.
I read this really great book the other day. It was Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. Have you ever read that?
Yeah. Have you ever read Langston Hughes?
No, but I was looking if we could think of what other books that would be just like this. I need recommendations.
I got a podcast you could listen to.
What's it called?
It's called Haston Curation.
Tell me about it.
Well, on there, this guy named Drew, he goes on there and he'll give you 4 or 5 suggestions after he gives his takeaway and a brief analysis, and you can stay in that world and enjoy it, or you can read more from that author and things like that.
So it's like he's curating an experience for us.
Yeah.
Find Haston Curation on Spotify.